All right.
Yeah, very good. I use these pool balls as what they're called, Qigong balls. Look at that. I have to do it slower than with the Qigong ball because they're kind of big. But I can do it. What does that have to do with the theme song?
What?
All of it. This whole show.
The theme song's great.
I agree.
Tells you everything you need to know.
It tells me nothing.
Oh my god, look. No, you have these two. They're silly. And they steal things.
They stole candy.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
So, all right. Are you ready to talk about the next episode?
No.
Are you ready to talk about the next episode?
You can just start going.
Are you ready? Because we are back.
Yeah.
And we are going to talk about Baccano, episode 4. Lad Russo enjoys talking a lot and slaughtering a lot.
Right.
So, Dara, you expressed to me last episode that you weren't a huge fan of Lad Russo. Has anything changed in the 3 minutes and 20 seconds that you last said that comment?
I think I remember, because I remember, like, we watched the bit where he was, like, punching and there's, like, blood everywhere.
Yeah.
So, like, villains are fun, but I think, like, I'm kind of over, I don't know, like, I guess, like, again, like, I think it's just, like, I'm more curious about the immortal stuff than I am with, like,
this dude who kills people.
I'm like, he kills people, who cares, it's fine, and he's, like, he doesn't seem like much of a character. He just seems like a dude who likes to kill. Yeah. That's it. It's like, it's one page, like half a page.
Yeah.
Like back in like elementary school days, you have like half a page that's not maybe not double spaced. And then
but they're really pushing it. Yeah.
And you don't flip it over to write more.
Right. Yeah, so that's a fair point. So we're just going to jump into it. We're going to talk about this episode that does kind of center on Lad Russo and what the hell is going on with him. Do we even know? We're not quite sure. The guy has issues. So we open up on the Flying Pussyfoot where
everything happened.
Things are going down.
Whoa. Okay.
It's guns. I love guns.
Is he the Joker?
He's a little Joker. Like,
this will be fun. What the hell was that all about? Boss, nobody told me about that. Sounds like death and danger. It sounds bad. Danger. What's happening in the dining car? Is there blood?
Oh, it's adorable.
Where did they get shot? I have to see.
Things have officially started going down. There's a lot of gunfire going on because, spoiler, a lot of different things are happening at once. So, but Lad is pretty excited about that. He likes, he likes gunfire and he likes people dying. So he enjoys death. He's really into that. Killing is kind of his thing. And that's, of course, where we get the title drop, of which, he enjoys killing and slaughtering a lot. So before we get to the events of the Flying Pussyfoot, we're going to jump back just 10 hours. So we're not going back to another year. We're not going back to another day, just a few hours prior. In Chicago, we have the Russo family. So we see Don Placido Russo of the Russo family. Do we have a name for the Russo family?
I don't think so.
They're not one of like the New York gang. So
I think we just said Russo because like you can't really. It's not a fun name to play around with.
So the Russo family was just recently robbed by reports say that it was a pair of robbers disguised as baseball players, Babe Ruth and Ty Cobb, which surely didn't happen. That's a fake, and the information they have is clearly false because that would never happen.
An idiot getting robbed is bad enough without having to listen to your stupid fairy tale.
Saw that in the first episode.
It's no fairy tale, boss.
Did we? I don't remember the first episode.
I swear they were dressed just like Babe Ruth and Ty Cobb.
Oh! So it's a robbery.
My fat ass!
I know it sounds screwy, boss, but we grilled their bagman pretty good, and I really don't think he's lying.
And for top, Sedaris screwed up too, eh? Yeah.
Who would ever do such a thing? A mystery. Robbers. Surely adept robbers that are very good at what they do and very smart.
They are good at what they do.
They are incredibly good at what they do.
They're not good at anything else, but they're good at what they do.
No, they are very good at robbing.
Why did they go search for gold? I don't know.
Yeah.
Because they're good at robbing.
They're very good. I mean, it is very dangerous, but they're very talented.
So is gold mining.
Yes. So there's a couple things that are going wrong with the Russo family. They were, one, just robbed by a couple baseball players. And another thing is one of their capos was recently killed, and they found the remains, and it's all pretty gruesome. And supposedly the person who did this was none other than a guy by the name of Jacuzzi Splot.
Mazel. Good for him.
So great. We love that for you.
Wait, did he murder the guy? Jacuzzi doesn't seem... He seems too much of a...
that's the question.
Like
that's what they say he did.
It's bad. I had a word in my head, but I don't want to say that. I don't want to use that word, but I can't think of another word.
Well, in the show, they call him. They say he's puny. He's a puny guy. I know that wasn't the word you're thinking of. But he seems like a gentle fella. I mean, we know he's a bootlegger, but he doesn't seem like he's capable of murdering. But maybe he is. I don't know.
He got scared of a fake ghost or a real ghost.
He did get scared of a fake, maybe real ghost. So that's that. But they do say that Jacuzzi's crew is pretty tough and shouldn't be underestimated. I believe that, but I don't believe... How is Jacuzzi the leader of this gang? Not quite sure. Maybe we'll get more on Jacuzzi at some point.
How many characters are there in this show?
A lot.
And none of them feel like side characters. It feels like they're all
major characters. Oh yeah, if they're in the opening sequence, they're a major character.
I need a nap.
Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. We're almost there. Good night. Okay. Oh, good night, sweet prince.
I'm a girl.
Oh, good night, sweet princess.
I identify as a woman.
So Lad Russo, who is the nephew of Placebo.
Placebo?
Placenta No.
We can go with
Placebo. So Lad, of course, is the nephew of Placebo because that's naturally how it works. But Placebo, basically, he knows that his nephew is a nut job. He knows that he's a wackadoodle. And he knows that the only thing he's good for is killing people. Because he's crazy.
Right.
And, of course, Lad does demonstrate this by talking about killing people and then demonstrating it by killing two of his men right in front of his uncle.
The Rotinis, the Gandalf.
Squeeze and squeeze and squeeze until they foam like a dog and then squeeze some more. When the rides are about to pop out, you squeeze just a little more. And then just a quick goodbye. Right?
Great.
Classic anime.
You're a freak.
So, that's fun. That's a very stable thing to do.
Maybe I should take the train and crash it straight into the heart of Manhattan. Of course, that wouldn't really be fun, but it would be a good bluff. And if they didn't pay to stop that, I could start killing people. Maybe just half the passengers. If they saw dead bodies being hurled on their tracks, I'm sure the railroad company would come to their senses pretty quick and pay up. I get to kill people and we get some money. Pretty swell idea.
So they're against the train.
Get the hell out! Someone throw this trash out of here!
Because reasons?
Who the hell are you?
It's a gang.
These are my friends who really like my ideas.
So, it's a thing.
Which, is that a good thing if you're going to be killing people? You're going to get blood all over it?
No, that's the thing. He says that at the end of the scene. That's it. The blood looks better when you do it on white.
As you wish. I have to go and change my clothes anyway.
So they're planning a train heist.
Yeah.
The orchestra, it's also a train heist.
Yeah.
Even though we are going to shatter.
Then Jacuzzi's supposed to steal something.
Train,
and then Isaac and Mirage is there.
They're just there.
So pretty.
They thought they were going to steal something, then they're not. They thought
Bye-bye.
Bye. Yeah, good idea.
Yeah, but then everybody's going to know you. But, do you want to get arrested for killing people?
I think he just really likes killing people.
But then if he goes to jail, actually, you could kill people. Never mind. Keep going.
Still could kill people.
You can.
This dude wins either way,
especially in the 30s.
Is terrible.
Let's be real.
Let's be real here.
Yes.
So we also get introduced to Lua, who's referred to as his lover, girlfriend, and fiance, all at the same time. So it seems like she's into it. she seems kind of into him.
That's
we
fine.
Don't really know.
That's fine, I guess.
It's fine. She's into that, and like, okay, honey, like if that's what you're into, like
role playing's fine.
Just like he wants to kill you, right? Just like so we're on the same page.
Maybe
he
she's
wants to kill you, right?
What's the word? Sadomasochist?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what she
is.
is.
Masochist. Yeah.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah.
We're not here to kink shame, but just like I just want her to know what she's getting herself into.
Yeah, we only kink shame in 50 Shades of Grey. Let's be real, because that's just a whole mess.
Lad kind of threatens his uncle, and he points a gun at him. He does pull the trigger, but the gun is a blank because, of course, he would never turn his back on the uncle who raised him.
Wait, wouldn't he?
But he probably would. That's the joke.
All right.
Right? Is that he's kind of crazy. We don't actually know. Lad is an absolute loose cannon. And so we don't really know what the heck he would do or he wouldn't do because we really don't know. Because he crosses the line a bunch of times. So we really don't know what he would do. But he goes off with his friends and his pals to do this thing where they're going to hold the train hostage.
And then what?
So back in... And then what? So we're going to go back. We're going to jump back on the Flying Pussyfoot where things are happening in the dining car.
Later.
So 10 hours later, things are going down and shots are being fired.
Right.
Quite literally.
Right.
Gentlemen, please do not be afraid. I assure you I am completely unarmed.
Is that so? Who the hell are you anyway?
Although we may be strangers, we are not enemies.
Answer me!
I am just a regular passenger on this train who was completely unarmed.
So the guy from Lad's gang gets shot and he gets killed. But she seems, fine about that. And so Lad finally shows up to the dining car, and he doesn't have any weapons on him, but he just kind of goes ham, and he manages to I think he kills the one guy, or he injures the one guy at least, and the other guy one guy runs away, and then he just ends up beating the shit out of one of the lemurs.
Huh, pal? I guess I have to work on my right hook. You're trying to make me look bad. Aren't ya?
A low life like you is never gonna stop the great Master Yui. You don't have the guts. No, you know that.
Whoa. Dig out his eyes.
I don't give a rat's ass about Master
did?
Yui or whoever you guys really are. I just know that you are all my newest enemies. And you have really nice guns. You people are all the same.
You think you're so smart! Oh yeah!
Where is Isaac?
Wonderful guns in this credit train! There's no way anyone can...
I think that happened in a James Bond novel.
Did it?
Yeah, I think they made it cooler in the movie where he just shot the guy, but I think in the book James Bond just pummeled him to death. Because
He does, yeah.
Because it's really hard to punch somebody in the face and then have a witty James Bond remark. Does James Bond still make witty remarks in the movies? I
could not tell you last time I watched a James Bond film.
I've seen one James Bond movie my entire life.
Never into those.
I like Sky.
Never
The
quite
one
my
I
thing.
watched was Skyfall, and I actually really liked it. But I haven't watched another one. Baccano?
Baccano. So one of the lemurs is he kind of starts talking about his like whatever the Master Huey thing. We don't really know what that thing is, and Lad kind of hates these kind of guys and like whatever they stand for. So I don't think that group specifically, just he doesn't like the type. So
Can we get Lad to try to kill an immortal? Because that'd be hilarious.
I mean, he literally in the first episode he literally shoots the head off the one. So
but does he know that he's immortal though?
I actually don't know. I mean, I'd be more concerned about why he thought just shooting a child would be okay if he didn't know he wasn't immortal.
Because like, what if he didn't, and then he saw his head regenerate, and then because it'd be funny because he would try to keep killing him, and then nothing would happen, and he would just get really mad.
Be terrible. Let's be nice. Let's be nice to Ches, please.
Is Ches the Dodger?
Yes.
Okay.
Chez's Dodger.
Okay.
So I thought this part was kind of funny where the two other white suits come into the car, they ask what happened, and then like Lad just kind of laughs. He was like, and he's like covered in blood. He's like, oh, it's fine.
We thought we heard machine guns and we come to find you like this? What the hell's going on?
Oh.
You're Senator Barium's wife, right?
Why would
Don't
you
answer that.
Don't answer that.
We'll go ahead and finish off these gentlemen in the black suits first and then come back for you. It's been a pleasure.
What happens if they? Why are we stepping on the corpse?
And you're like, oh, this man's absolutely insane. So they go over, of course, in the dining car, they have the wife of the senator, and his daughter is there, and I think Ches is also there. And they say that they basically want to kill, they're going to take care of the black suits first and then come back and deal with the senator's family, because, of course, if they're holding the train hostage, they have, a high profile person on there, so they're going to want, to use that person
also,
for
who's
leverage.
Driving the train?
That's a really good question.
I was thinking, if the guy who's driving the train doesn't really know what's going on and he just keeps going, what if they don't have time to get everybody killed before they stop at the stop?
Well, it's like I thought didn't in the last episode it look like the conductors are both dead?
Right.
Who is driving the train?
How is it not is it like an autopilot thing? Are we in like a future 1930s?
I mean, you know what? I don't really know.
But,
well, it's not really conductor. It'd be the engineer at that point, though. It's the engineer would drive it.
Who's the engineer? Also,
I don't know who the engineer is.
But we know the train crashes.
Yeah. The train has an oopsie.
An oopsie?
So, an oopsie.
Also, who dies on the train? No, not everybody dies.
Some people die.
No, but not everybody.
Clearly. Not everybody. Oh, no, not everybody.
I was thinking Mirror are fine.
So I mean, some people are just really lucky. There's some mortals and some people who are really lucky. Those are the ones who survive. That's what the old lady said in the second episode. So she knows a little something there.
What's happening?
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, I know. You don't know.
Do you know?
Do you know?
Do you know?
Do you know?
No, I don't know. Do you know?
I have an inkling.
Who's on first?
On the St. Louis team, we have who's on first, what's on second, I don't know's on third.
That's what I want to find out. I want you to tell me the names of the fellas on the St. Louis team.
I'm telling you, who's on first, what's on second, I don't know's on third.
Do you know the fellas' names?
Yeah.
What's on second?
I don't know who's on third.
All right. My page just jumped, so I'm totally biding time as I do this. Anyway, so yes, so they have they tell the senator that they're going to take care of the black suits first, and Ches is there, and Chesla Mayer, of course we know him as the Artful Dodger, our young boy who had exploded in that first episode, says, we kind of hear his inner monologue at times, and here he says that he can use Lad. So I don't know what he's going to use him for.
To try and die, but he's an immortal, so that's not going to work.
No,
is there a way to kill an immortal?
There are certain rules about that in this show.
Okay.
I won't tell you.
That's fine.
Because you have to find them.
That's fine.
But
I guess.
I will say there are rules. Yeah.
Okay.
So back in 1931, we're at the Daily Days. We see, Eve's pretty dejected that nobody knows where her brother is, so they leave, and then we see a conversation with the two gentlemen who work at the Daily Days, Eileen and Nicholas, and, they kind of go back and forth in saying that it kind of feels like they weren't being fully honest, because by not saying that they didn't know anything, because it seems like they know something, but they don't know the details, and Eileen kind of comes off, as saying that there is like some classified information that he knows that maybe some other people don't know, but it's like super hush hush.
This just doesn't feel right. pretending that we don't know anything.
It's not like we're lying to her. We don't know squat about what's going on. We let the Runarada folks think we'd have something to tell them soon, too. Word on the street is that Gustavo was being shaken down by Dallas because he killed Dallas's father and brother. But you and I know that ain't true. Obviously, Bartolo Runarada must have some ulterior motive. Who knows what that could be?
And with the Genoward situation being classified.
And that kind of thing. So they don't know, they really don't know much about Dallas, but there is some information that they're not telling, but it's super under wraps, and not even everyone at the Daily News seems to know, which is interesting. Nicholas suspects that Eileen's secret might have something to do with the people who don't die. So it could be, so there's the possibility that Dallas is somehow wrapped up in the immortal thing. We don't know how, we don't know why.
How do you think it wrapped up? Oh, my brain hurts. Like, I'm intrigued with the immortal thing, but I'm also like, can we get on with it?
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it.
Can we just have a whole episode dedicated to what they are?
Eventually, yes, we will.
Like a whole episode?
Mostly. Yeah, I think so. About, I think. It's been a long time since I've...
Like 20 minutes of an episode?
A decent amount of time will probably be dedicated to it,
I was about to say, because episode's 24 minutes long, but let's be clear, like 4 minutes of that is the theme.
Yeah.
And then...
A minute 30, excuse.
But then the last minute 30 is whatever the song is at the end credits, which doesn't also make sense and also confuses me.
Well, Dara, maybe you'll be more happy about this next part.
Will I?
Because we're gonna go back to 1930, and remember that last episode when we saw Fira and Misa in the haberdashery, and they were leaving, and then we saw this very snooty couple who were dressed very nicely come in, and they were saying how rude they were for bumping into them. Oh, that was Isaac and Miria.
Hooray!
And they want to try on some hats.
Let's have a show like Immortals and then Isaac and Mira.
Isaac and Miria, have fun. That should be the whole show.
Yeah.
So, yes, they go into the haberdashery, and they are want to purchase a bunch of hats, I'm assuming for different costumes or different disguises that they will use to probably rob people.
But then they fail at stealing them?
Amazing! Surely I can't pick just one.
How's this, sir?
You sure it's legal to sell this stuff?
I feel festive in this.
This one doesn't quite suit my taste.
I don't know if this is good for robbing people.
All right. Time to pay the bill.
So what are they doing?
Yes, they do act like they're about to steal things, but it turns out they just pay money for them.
Right.
And they even get change.
Lights out!
Lights out!
This guy doesn't get paid enough for this.
But they paid.
Hey, here's your change.
They're the only things that make sense in the show.
It's so true.
They clearly they clearly don't watch that scene from Breakfast at Tiffany's, but that movie didn't come out before the 30s.
No. So maybe they, yeah. But yes, they are very funny because sometimes it seems like they are very good at being thieves, and sometimes it seems like they are not very good at it at all.
I think they're good when it comes to just like here's a disguise, grab the money, go.
Mm-hmm. But any other steps included in that are questionable. But as they leave the haberdashery and they're walking down, we do get not a lot of backstory, but we do get to know a little bit about them as far as Isaac and Miria have committed 87 robberies from San Francisco to New Jersey, and over the past 2 years, and they say that their last job is going to be carried out right here in New York.
When we started our little robbery tour, we've done 87 jobs from San Francisco to New Jersey. All of them have been interesting challenges. But have I ever once come close to putting your life in any kind of danger?
Only 87 times.
My point exactly, love. It's still less than 100.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right.
So let's pull one last big
God,
job here in the
moron.
Big Apple and then live like a couple of high rollers down in Miami.
How much money do they
Even
have?
the word danger.
And after they commit their next big crime, they're going to move down to Miami and live like kings. So that's kind of what they want to do. They want to kind of retire and, you know, have a bunch of money and do a bunch of things. So they really enjoy that.
So they're the better Bonnie and Clyde.
They're better Bonnie and Clyde. And they, yeah.
By that I mean they're
very lovable.
They're better at robbing than Bonnie and Clyde. Because if you look up history, guys, Bonnie and Clyde were not very good at robbing.
They didn't quite make it. No. They didn't make the cut. Or make it out alive.
No, but like in general, like even like the robbing stuff, they weren't very good.
Yeah.
They were just famous because it was like two robbers who were hot and fucking.
I mean, that does, sex does sell.
But
yeah. So I also like the part where Isaac claims that he never once put Miria in danger, and Miria said, well, only 87 times, but you know, it's less than 100, so it's fine.
And also they are a couple, they're not a couple. They're fuck buddies.
They have I guess a relationship of sorts. I don't think it's ever clearly specified. But they're partners, I would say.
It's just weird because it doesn't even feel like an intense like friendship or anything. It just kind of.
I would say that they're partners. We don't know what level of partners, but I would say they have some form of partnership.
Okay.
But of course, as they are very excitedly talking about all their future plans and everything, they get hit by a car.
Yeah, but they're fine.
They're fine. Though.
As long as we're together, I could be the president. I could be a king or a queen. I could even be a joker.
I don't know what that means, but it's incredible!
Oh, that's horrible. But they lived.
But they lived.
So they're more. Are they both are more? I'm so.
It all ends up fine. So it's all good. So back in 1931, or jumping forward to 1931, we see a little bit more of the black suits, the lemures, and I don't really care about them. They're talking about Master Huey, whatever.
I'm kind of interested because again, it's like a cult that's like fun and not lads cult, which is just murder. Again, like have like at least like a full like brochure of your cult.
Yeah, like what's the sales pitch? Come on,
right?
Give
like,
it to me
I
straight.
don't feel like murdering.
Yeah, but there is something interesting. A couple notes they think about because you know amongst talking about Master Huey and the person they admire, there's also this woman in the black dress who we see a couple times. Her name is Shanae, and they do. One of the guys does make a remark that you know. She's kind of doing whatever she wants, and they're like, should we be worried about that? Well, she will only live until tomorrow, and we don't really know what that means, but it seems like her hours are limited.
She was the girl in the dress that I want, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I like that.
The black dress.
I like those dresses.
Yeah.
Even if they were probably corseted, I still like them. But she lived, and I think they all died.
Yeah.
Did they all die?
We don't really see them, so joke's on them. But she does live,
that's why you don't fuck with a woman.
That's so true. That's so true. So we're going to go back to 1930, back to the car that hit Isaac and Miria.
Be more careful. What's wrong with you?
I'm terribly sorry. They came out of nowhere and I couldn't
Oh,
stop them.
it's adorable!
They appear to be uninjured.
Yes. We weren't going very fast, sir.
Drive.
Yes, sir.
Wait a minute! You can't get away with that! Get back here and fight me!
Get back and fight!
Is she a robot?
I don't understand the young people these days. Although...
Which actually is being driven by Ennis.
And they're friends later.
They're friends later, but not now because she just hit them with a car.
Well,
but it was by accident.
Yeah, but they don't know that it's Ennis, and And I don't think Ennis realizes that, or didn't care enough to. I don't know.
They don't know each other at this point. That's fine. And so she is driving around a gentleman by the name of Sillard Quates, who makes a comment about he doesn't understand the youth of today. But Ennis points out that he doesn't trust people that are younger than him, but everyone is younger than him because
isn't he an immortal and
he makes a comment about being he makes a comment about being around for like 200 years. So like he's been
so he's
around.
Like, so if we're going with Highlander stuff, he's the Ramirez.
Yes. Something like that.
So is he a Scotsman playing an Egyptian pretending to be a Spaniard?
I'm not Spanish, I'm Egyptian.
I don't think so, no.
Because that made sense.
That made complete sense. But now, not in this case, though.
Right.
In 1931, Lad's talking to the white suits and basically says that they are going to go kill the black suits because they get to kill, they can kill, they're all going to get to kill a few different people, and like, it's a good thing, I guess. We're going to go back to 1930, where we see Ennis and Sillard are going to, like, this meeting.
Okay.
So there's this meeting, it's underground, so it's the secret society, and it's just filled with a bunch of old guys, which is great. Of course, I can tell all these old guys apart.
Well, if it isn't Mr. Quates. It's been a long time.
What's 20 years between old friends?
And they say that it has been a long time since they last saw him, but of course he says it's only been 20 years. So we see these fellas seemed interested in the immortality thing as well, but they're not immortals as far as we can tell, because they do make a comment that one of the guys died, and they are waiting for Barnes to show up because they, I guess they know that the secret formula sure did happen.
Right, but that's not how you become an immortal, or that's just a way that... I should just stop asking questions.
Well, you were asking the questions, and I technically could give you answers, but I don't want to.
I know.
So that's the thing. But I assume that there's a secret formula, and it is related to becoming immortal.
No, but not every single immortal could have drunk a secret formula. If it apparently just got to...
You're right. You are right. Yes.
There had to be like a god guy who just kind of was just like zap, and then immortals. Is that what it says in the Bible?
I think that's what it says in the Bible, yeah. Zap. I think that's in,
they lived a long time.
In Proverbs.
They lived a long time in the Bible, remember?
They did.
Sarah had a baby at 90.
Good for her. That's a lot.
Is that really good? Why would you want a baby at that age?
I don't know.
Like, they lived to be 300, and the Bible is totally accurate, guys.
Yes. I should be taken word for word. Absolutely.
We're going to get in trouble.
We're going to get in trouble.
It's like that one spam comment that we had that says we need Jesus.
Wasn't that a really long comment? It was like a very long one about how we needed Jesus.
I think it's still up on our...
So thank you for that.
I think it's still up on our in our spam folder for comments.
Yeah, it's in our spam folder. We just sometimes we hang on to those. We enjoy them.
That's funny.
So, there's a couple of different things they say in this meeting, but I'll just kind of point out, they talk about the cure-all elixir has finally been completed. They've talked about a incomplete elixir before.
Sturgeon had to grow old and die. If only he had been able to stave off death for merely 1 year more, he would have been here with us to see this day arrive. Gentlemen, until now the fear of death has been ever present in your minds. But all of that will come to an end today. After all these years, we've succeeded in creating a perfected product. The Grand Panacea has finally arrived.
Which we don't really know much about. That's just something that is interesting. So we know that there's a version of it that wasn't complete. Siller does ask Ennis to go get Barnes and bring him there, and he says if Barnes even touched one drop of the product or he failed to preserve it and ruined it, then Ennis has to kill him. So that's fun.
Wait, if he like touched any, like if he drank any of it,
yeah.
How would they know if he drank any of it?
Well, if we try to kill him, he comes back. I don't know, something happened.
Yeah, but then if they try to kill him and they didn't take it, then he's just dead, and then your guy's gone.
That's real.
Also, he clearly took some.
He something's going on with him, yeah, because he did shoop,
and then
he did have a little shoop shoop shoop. Oh yeah, and then we kind of see, we kind of get a clarification on the scene where Dallas is beating Barnes up, where he basically kicks him while he's down, and then he sees the 2 bottles and looks like he takes them.
You can't just kick a guy and expect him to look the other way, now can you?
I thought we already did this part.
You're the one who stuck your foot out to trip me.
Wait, why does it sound different now?
Oh, yeah? Well, you're the genius who told us we were just a bunch of
I'm
scum and should
confused.
go jump in a lake, isn't that right? I think that makes it your fault that my foot stuck out. After all, you're the one who was dumb enough to trip over it in the first place. Yeah, you're right. The whole thing was my fault. I'll give you money. It's gonna take more than that, old-timer. Hey, is that booze?
Yes.
Sure is.
Let's just see why that box is so important to you, Gramps.
That's fine.
So, that's fine. And then we see just like a replay from a different perspective of the Ennis and Fira meet cute, which is fine. And then the last little thing that we leave off on the Flying Pussyfoot is Niece from Jacuzzi's gang and Donnie run through the cars, and we see a red shadow look through the window and vanish, leaving a bloody handprint on the window pane. Listen, they didn't have Tinder back then.
I do kind of like a situation where like somebody's like trying to do like small time stuff and then big time stuff's going on, and then like I know it's what's happening. I don't. But then they're like they see the big time stuff. They're like, what the fuck?
Did you not see the bloody hand on
I did see the bloody hand.
And the silhouette of a monster.
Oh, there's a monster?
It looked like the monster.
Okay. Or is it an immortal?
So the rail tracer is a thing.
It's fine. It's fine.
So, yeah. So, like, we have a secret formula. We got douchebag brothers. And we have weird train murder ghosts.
Right.
And immortality.
Right.
And a guy who just likes killing people.
Right.
So that's fun.
Yeah.
What'd you think of this episode,
Does
Dara?
this show have a plot?
This is the plot.
What is the plot?
The show has... Okay, Dara, I never actually told you the comparison that people give for this show.
Oh, what is it?
It's this show is Pulp Fiction.
I think
in the 1930s. Did I tell you that before?
Maybe, but Pulp Fiction... I feel like Pulp Fiction had a plot. I guess it didn't really have a plot.
Pulp Fiction was like the same thing. It was different following a couple of different people across
but I
a couple
still
different
feel
times.
like each segment of Pulp Fiction had like a beginning, a middle, and an end. I'm not really getting that here.
Sort
No,
of.
each bit had like there was a beginning bit, and like it all kind of fit. Well, like, I mean, hopefully this will fit together. But like even like with like certain segments, like I knew the beginning, I knew but the middle, and then I knew when the end. And even there's bits of Pulp Fiction that I don't really like that much, but you know.
I mean, I think by the end of the show, you'll know what the beginning and end, middle.
Yeah, but if I go back and rewatch the show, am I
yourself.
still going to know what's going on?
Yeah.
Do you know what's going on?
Yes, I do. I'm better now. When we started, I was like, it's been a while, and now we're in it now, so I'm good. Like I'm like, oh, okay, I know where we're going. I'm like, I'm in it for the ride. I'm having a great time.
Also, I feel like Pulp Fiction was slightly less jumpy, but then also that was a movie.
But it was a lot less time. Like this is like all 12 episode, 13. Well, technically 16 episode.
Well, Pulp Fiction's about like
show.
It's like 2.5 hours.
Is it?
Maybe I know it's over 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So then, how long is this show with 12 episodes? Is it 12 or 14?
I think it's 16.
Is it 16?
But it's no, it's 13. It's
I'm confused.
It's 13 is the main plot, and then it's 13 OVAs. It's 3 OVAs. So it's the main story. The stuff that we're watching now concludes on the 13th episode, and then there's a couple episodes that are like stuff that happens beyond it.
Are we watching that?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does that matter?
It does. It does.
Okay.
But wow, Pulp Fiction is 2 hours 58 minutes. I don't think I realized it was that long.
It
Yeah.
doesn't actually feel it.
It does not feel that long.
That's a good movie.
So
like, I get a bit bored with the Bruce Willis bit, but that's like, I still enjoy it. But there's also some gross stuff in that bit.
So the total runtime of this would be like 4.5 hours.
Which is,
so it is a little jumpier, I guess.
That's like half of Pulp Fiction. No, yes, no.
Like
Pulp Fiction's half of Baccano. No,
No.
Can I go to bed?
Yes. We can't go to bed just yet because do I have any good questions here?
I don't know.
I like the Wikipedia section of the unanswered questions. There's a line here that I didn't mention, but I think it's more interesting if I didn't mention this line, because I think it's gonna be funny a year later. So it's mostly just, what was the Red Shadow? How did Dallas January go missing, and where is he in 1932? It's a great question.
Wait, what's happening in 1932?
1932 is when we saw that scene. So the Eve Genovia searching for her brother. I think we see that in both 31 and 32.
Okay, so that's 30, and then the pussy is 31.
31, yeah.
And then the some stuff with the Immortals is 30.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Maybe.
So it's starting to come together. Yeah. So
no,
it's starting
not.
to come together.
Well,
it is.
Is it?
It is.
Okay, but like, so the halfway point. So we're watching 16 episodes, but the 3 of them are like beyond.
Yeah.
So like the halfway point is like episode 6 or 7.
Right.
So at that point, am I going to be mostly like, okay, I got this, let's go?
Probably.
Because I feel like with shows, like at least like by the halfway point, I like to at least like be aware and then keep going from there.
Yeah. So I'm like clicking through these with the next episode titles.
Like I remember, remember with like Grab. Yeah.
In our next recording session, I think a lot of questions are going to be answered.
Okay, because I remember like with Gravity Falls, like by the halfway point, like a lot of questions were answered. There were still like more questions.
Mm-hmm.
But like I literally saw someone just behind me.
Oh, creepy. Hello.
It's late too, so that's not, and I'm in a basement. That's not.
All right, we should wrap this sucker up.
Right.
So that concludes our weird, not our weird. It's been fun. I've had a good time. Our re-records of these episodes. So we'll be back next time with with our normal format. So I hope you're enjoying our Baccano review. It's a little crazy, just like the show itself, but I hope you're having fun. So next time, Dara, our next 2 episodes are called episode 5, Jacuzzi Spot Cries, Gets Scared, and Musters Reckless Valor.
Okay.
And episode 6, The Rail Tracer Covertly, Repeatedly Slaughters Inside the Coaches.
Okay.
So I think it's going to be fun.
Okay.
I'm very excited.
Okay.
So, of course, thank you for watching today. If you are enjoying what you're seeing here, if you're on the YouTubes, that you could, of course, like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff, so you can follow us and see what we like to do. If you want to extend beyond the YouTubes, you can listen to us as well. We are on iTunes. We're Witty Close there, or First Reaction Fan Reaction. You can find us on Spotify as well. Take our episodes on the go so you can listen to them wherever and whenever, because if you're a busy person, that's what's fun to do. We're also on Facebook. We are Witty Close Productions on there. You can tweet at us. We're on Twitter at Witty Close. Send us an email, wittyclose@gmail.com. And of course, we are on Patreon as well. We're Witty Close there. And we got some exclusive content on there.
Right, like if you pay $1, you get our monthly live stream where we watch a movie or we talk. Can't wait for September because that movie's going to be fun.
Oh, yes. Which one's that?
I didn't tell Caitlin we were doing, but I already thought of it, and I think it's going to...
Oh, I'm scared.
I can't say it.
No, it's fine. It's fine. The surprise will be fun.
Okay. And then if you do our $5 tier, you get our spinoff show, First Reaction or Fan Reaction, where we watch a show that one of us has seen before. Not one of us. That's this show.
That's this show.
God damn it. That we both have seen before, or something we've never seen before. We're currently watching WandaVision. You may have heard of it. It's a hilarious show where nothing bad happens.
Yay.
Yay. I don't know what episode is going to be up at that point. Hopefully, episode 1 will definitely be up, and hopefully episodes 2 might be up, or 3. We're still working on that schedule, but that's going up, and then we'll do something else. And then if you go to the $10 tier, you can vote on topics that we discuss in the live stream, or movies that we watch, or watch some. Or we're gonna talk about and react to shows on there that wouldn't fit either of these shows, like reality shows. And by reality, I mean Bake Off, because I am not that much of a monster. I may have forced Kayla to watch 365 days, but I'm not going to make her watch Real Housewives.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I don't even watch Real Housewives.
I appreciate
But I do watch Bake Off, and you will like that show. And be hungry.
Okay. I probably will, which is, that's fine. So yes, well, you can start us on Patreon as well. But that is all the time we have for today, Dara. Of course, make sure you are joining us next time as we come back with BACCANO episodes 5 and 6.
And we'll be back together again, and it won't be like this.
Yay.
Unless the next recording session also sucks, which it probably won't.
We've learned our lessons. We've grown as people, I think.
We've grown in a month.
Yeah, it's all about just moving forward. Anyway, until next time, I'm Kayla.
I'm Dara Whitman.
Peace.
Guess what, everybody? I still don't know what's happening.
Yay! 4 episodes in. Very good.
I'll know by episode 13, right?
Oh, yeah.
But do I believe her?